accidentally fell into the water and found a giant egg. I carried it onto the shore. Back home, I pried open the shell. A blue light shone from inside. I froze in place as I tried to cut it open completely, but my mom called me out. That night, I was horrified to find that only 2 pieces of shell were left on the ground. So I searched inside and finally saw a dinosaur-like little monster under the weeds. I curiously reached out my hand, but next second, it turned and ran away. I realized the little dinosaur was hungry, so I immediately brought a potato, fed it to the little dinosaur. I reached out my hand again. The little dinosaur was no longer afraid, but its appetite kept growing. Soon it ate all the food. I noticed its body was dry, so I poured a basin of water into a bucket. The little dinosaur happily swam. It really liked water. That night, I suddenly heard a scream. Turned out the little dinosaur was playing in my sister's bathtub. Seeing this cute monster, my sister was no longer afraid. The little dinosaur was hungry again. It came to the edge of the pond and discovered many fish, so it excitedly jumped in and had a big feast. Next day when I found it, the dinosaur had grown very large. Our home could no longer hold it. My uncle and I took the dinosaur back to the lake, but it didn't want to leave, so my uncle took out a potato and threw it into the water. The dinosaur excitedly chased after it. I was very sad and said goodbye to the dinosaur. 1 month later, I sailed to the lake. Suddenly a huge creature appeared. I turned my head. The little dinosaur had become a 30-meter long water monster. Then I grabbed the monster by the neck and jumped onto its back. The 2 of us played together on the lake. I was very happy, but an accident happened. An officer discovered the water monster. Next day, the army arrived at the lake. They even set up cannons. With a single order, shells were fired into the lake non-stop. The water monster had to flee in a panic. I couldn't stop the soldiers. That night, the officer rode to search for the water monster. As the water monster appeared, a soldier fired at it crazily with machine guns. To protect the monster, I jumped directly onto its back, trying to guide it toward the ocean. The monster dodged the shells, but the soldiers raised a huge iron net, blocking the monster. So I began encouraging the monster to be brave. Finally, a miracle happened. The monster leaped out of the water with all its might. It directly broke the iron net, successfully entered the ocean. The next morning, the monster turned back to say a final goodbye to us. It ran toward freedom. So would you be willing to raise such a little creature?